Here we go.
What is that, 30 seconds in? How are we? Oh, no, we're 4 seconds in.
Welcome back. They
don't want to hear that.
Welcome back. What's that song?
Hello, this is Walter.
And Tiki.
Why do we always say it like that? And this is Real Ghost Stories by Real People.
Hey, we have not been on in a minute, and I apologize to all of our listeners, but we just been, busy in our daily lives. But we have busy. A break.
I don't have a life.
There's a breakthrough coming my way. Let me stop. Okay, listen. So let me tell you, we have been waiting for messages to come up, and sadly, no one's been leaving us any messages.
We've received 2, I believe. The first one was
Oh, shout out to Maria Porter.
That wasn't the first one. Marie Porter when did she just leave us a message today?
Yes, she did.
That was shout out awesome. To her.
Thank you so much on my Facebook page at Tiki Woodard.
I would love to know any of your experiences.
WOODARD. So
obviously she know your name if she found it.
I was saying it in general.
Oh, in general for the people. My apologies, mother.
Like,
calm down, Freckles.
Go ahead, cause you do too much. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So I wanted to talk about...
Wait, because I'm going to tell this story.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is a story that I remembered when I was about... I think I had to be... My dad was still alive. So I want to say about 8 or 9. And I was at... every year, and I mean every single year, my mom would send me to this camp. And what was the camp? It was Neighborhood House. In Wilmington, Delaware, it was called the Neighborhood House. So I would have to go there every year. And every year, toward the end of the summer, it's like the last trip of the summer, we would go to stay the night at this haunted. It was like these cabins, and this cabins in the woods. Like they take you somewhere. I can't even remember where they took us, but I know it was a good ride.
I wouldn't have been going.
And when we got there, it was like it almost looked like Lum's Pond.
Oh, and I know Lum's Pond to be haunted.
But I don't believe it was Lum's Pond, and it was like in a wooded area. I'm telling you, it looked just like Camp Crystal Lake. If that's how you want to picture it just like that.
That's how I want to picture it.
Except.
Or are you giving me let's get together, yeah, in the isolation cabin when the girl was like...
I want to say it's in the cabins that they was in.
Okay.
No, because it wasn't even shaped like that. It was like cabins, but they were long. And it was like basically one big cabin. Oh. It was really a big cabin in the woods. It was really big. And when I say really big, because it had a kitchen, it had a mess hall, all of that stuff was in the same building, but it was like cabin like. Oh. It was really big.
I call that majesty.
So it was like like the girls' dorm, it was like the girls' room, it was off to the side of like the mess hall. So the room was really long, and they had like cots. So the cots was like stacked next to each other.
I don't do that.
That's what it was.
Being a homeless
That's what it was. It was like cots, and they were like next to each other. It wasn't like bunk beds or none of that. Sleeping cots.
Let's go.
So they give you have to take your pillow and your covers. They make you bring your pillows and your covers.
What kind of trashy? They know better than that.
I never wanted to go there because it just always did not feel right. And I remember, I didn't like being there because even as a child, it was like, this is an uneasy feeling. And you know how you a child and know that this is just someplace I don't want to be.
That's sad.
And most kids be happy they're going to camp, they're going away. No, I would cry, man, for days when I knew that trip was going to. She would never let me stay home.
That's what I was saying.
She said she going to get her money's worth out of that camp. I done spent my good earned money from Strawbridges.
And that's what I was saying when I told them the last time. Every time I think about her, I got poop. Every single time. So full of hate.
I was there this one summer, and every summer, what makes it so bad? Every summer they do this Jason.
And why are they doing
this
that?
Whole Jason thing? Yes, this whole
It was a sadist somewhere on campus.
Jason theme.
Wanted to see y'all scream.
Like they would tell the story because when we would go camp, like it was cool because outside we would make like homemade ice cream. That's when we first did the homemade ice cream. I like that type of stuff. Yeah, we would go into the water. We would go swimming. No, it was in a churn thing.
Oh, snap! Y'all had a churn?
Yeah, and we would make.
And they can't afford pillows and blankets. You can afford a churn?
Like it was a wooden churn. It was. I remember it.
Oh, baby, no! And, I think you should sell that churn and get everybody some blankets and pillows. Because I'm not bringing my stuff to no woods.
I'm about to.
You can't look it up, so you're going to have to...
No, I'm about to start over, because you're doing a whole lot of stuff in the middle of my conversation.
Go ahead. You only 5 minutes and 24 seconds in. I'm trying to brighten up the place.
So,
okay.
Then we would do, like, hot dogs. We would, like, marshmallows and all that outside. Right. That's when the ghost stories started getting told outside around the campfire.
Y'all 8 years old?
Yeah, it was, like, I think it went to, like, it was, like, 8, 9, 10, like that.
Oh. So they did have to keep it lively for the bigger kids.
Yeah, so...
Then maybe they should have made it a full cabin and everybody should have been stretched out and teenagers over there at their own fire pit and little kids having stories that is relatable to them because that's undoubtedly added to the horror of the experience.
Right, maybe I was 9.
Because you was like, so what? Don't no child want to be away from home, plucked from their house and put into the wilderness, really. and then you sit around me in this place that already looked like it hopped out of Friday the 13th screen, and then tell me that we doing a Jason thing.
No, you don't know it until they're telling the ghost story. You don't. None of it comes up. This is the crazy part. You having fun at camp. None of it comes up until the last day that you're there.
See.
Like you're there all day because you stay the night. So when you're there all day, you having fun. It's at night when you're gonna go to bed.
So
when you're going to go to bed, they all around giving you ice cream and hot dogs and marshmallows and all that stuff and s'mores. So then they sit around telling you the ghost story about Jason. But it's crazy because it's not like Friday the 13th.
So they doing it just enough so because they know people have seen Friday the 13th. So they doing it changing it up just enough so that you don't put 2 and 2 together and be like, nah, y'all got that from Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Saying Jason haunt these woods. And people was be like, oh no he don't, like that's a movie. That's what they would be trying to psych you out at the same time as telling you that this is the story, but then they be like, but you know that's just television like that. So
these was actors.
So like okay, so
what the hell was wrong with these things?
We had went to bed, like I think the bedtime was maybe like 10, 11 o'clock. And
where else I'm gonna go past 10? You think I'm gonna dart off into the
woods? Are you serious? So it was 10 o'clock. And I remember laying in the bed in that cot.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And I had to go to the bathroom because, you know, we would be drinking sodas and everything. I had to go.
That was another ploy. They did that on purpose.
And yes, because you had to go to the bathroom wasn't in the mess hall. Like when you walk out the room, you had to walk through the mess hall, down the hall, and then the stairs. It comes down. The stairs, once you hit, it's like a corner, and then there's the stairs.
And you gotta go down?
The end of the hall, the corner, and there's the stairs. And you're going down the stairs.
How far down?
Man, the stairs. It's like maybe 9, 10 stairs, and you're going down the stairs.
Baby, no.
To the bathroom stalls. Now you know how creepy stalls are.
Okay.
So I didn't want to go to the bathroom. I've been there. I knew what it felt. I knew what it was like. Nobody was up, and nobody would walk with me.
And let it go.
And I sure did.
I'm 9 years old. This is the
time.
No, I couldn't pee myself.
I didn't let it go.
That's too old.
I had went to the bathroom, right?
Right.
I just said, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta go so bad.
You're gonna be a big girl.
So I was and I walked. I got up. I remember I creeped down the stairs.
You out your damn mind. You should have woke up one of them adults. They are adults. You are a child. It could have been a predator in that place. Not just you thinking about some scary stuff. You have to think about some reality type stuff. There could have been a pedophile lurking around. You know your Robert Kellys.
Don't try.
It could have been. It could have literally been anything out there. A badger that came into the stall. You could have been attacked, got rabies. I'm waking somebody up. I got to use the bathroom.
No.
And I would have proceeded to get louder and louder until somebody got up. I'm saying, walk me
So anyway,
To the
so
bathroom.
I'm walking down the hall and I'm finally down. I'm getting to the stairs. I'm looking down the stairs and it's dark. It's like a dim light,
That is not
and the
enough
color
for me.
mixed in with the walls. It's just dim.
I know what you mean.
So I went down into the stall. I went down the stairs and went into the bathroom and proceeded to use the bathroom. And I was just sitting there. Oh gosh! But I'm sitting there because I'm not in a hurry to just. Or should I dart back up? I don't want to wash my hands. I don't want to do nothing because I just want to get out of there.
And around some people where I feel like I could scream.
All of a sudden, I'm just sitting there. And I just remember it got eerily quiet. And it felt like it wasn't cold or nothing. It was just felt like everything was still.
That stillness is another trigger point. I don't always need it to be cold.
I was like just creeped out. I'm just sitting there on the toilet. So I think I'm tripping. I hurry up, wipe myself, and then I go to get to when you just get ready, reach for the door to open it, and then I thought I heard footsteps, not footsteps like like a child, like light footsteps. It wasn't like it was like another child was using the bathroom. So when
you got me chopped.
So I'm thinking somebody else in there with me, so I'm good now.
Right, you feel
safe. But I don't hear nothing. You know how you waiting for the person to pee?
Or something.
Or the door to open, or anything. So, you know how as a child you bend down and you can look and see legs? Yeah. I swear I didn't see no legs. But what I heard was the stall door proceed to open. So then I'm thinking, all right, maybe they just ran to the bathroom like me, because I'm still a child. I'm not thinking logical.
You're trying to put it. No, you are thinking logical. You're trying not to allow your imagination to run wild. See, that's where we differ. Because I don't see no legs, and the door open and everything is in here with me. You got me chopped. The boogeyman has arrived, and I'm 2 seconds from death.
So when I had I remember still sitting there. And then because I heard the door shut, so I know they in the stall next to me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'll wait so we can go out together. That's what I'm thinking. If it's a person, it had to be a girl in the same room as me. Right. We gonna go out this bitch together. So I'm sitting there
waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I don't hear nothing. So then I do another peek down. I don't see no feet. Nothing that could be dangling. But then I hear like the toilet paper thing roll down. Man, I knocked on the door because now I'm really getting mad now. You trying to fuck with me? What, you scared or something? We both scared. I don't hear nobody, never answers me. And I'm banging. I just said, fuck it, I banged 2 times. You ain't answer me, you ain't say nothing. I jumped the fuck up off that toilet, opened that door. I zipped up them stairs, and I lay there. Underneath them fucking covers. And then mind you, crazy part is, as soon as I went to lay there and I'm so fucking terrified, this motherfucking Nightmare on Elm, fucking Friday the 13th Jason, with the mask, the everything, when I say he looked pure like Jason, with the machete and the blood, he comes through the door. It's like, mind you, it's 2 ways in, through the mess hall and through the back door at the end.
You're right, I hear you.
So when you end up like outside in the woods, it's like somebody could just open the door and come on in, like on the fucking game or on the movie.
Yeah,
he came right on in, and I remember he just stood there for a minute, and I'm just looking, dog. I just peed again. I swear I peed again, and it just scared the shit out of me, man. This man, he just all of a sudden started making all this noise, waking the girls up.
Oh my
and
God! Here I am thinking the whole time. I had completely. Remember when I told you I remembered a taste of this story, like just a little bit of this story. I remembered it, and as you were saying that, when you say he started making all the noise, it all, like I told you how my eidetic works. The connections just slowly started hitting, and I remember exactly where you told me the story and everything that happened. I remember we was at in the bucket, and we was all sitting around, and you told us when you
No,
said he
don't
started
try-
making all that noise.
don't
he
try to
started,
talk now.
because had to take me back. I told you, if something's real, I'm gonna remember it because I have an identity.
Mind you, people, let me pause it right quick, because mind you, he didn't even want me to tell the story because he didn't believe me. Wow, my own son.
Don't give me that. I told you that made me in the back of my head, and all you said was,
No, but go ahead. You now remember me.
I remember it now. It took me back. When the only thing that hit me when you triggered it was when you started saying he started making all that noise. Because I remember that was what you said. He made a scene so that everybody got up.
And everybody started screaming and running around the room, but not me.
So that means all you bitches was really light
me.
sleepers, real for real.
But not me.
Because you had already wet
I'd already
yourself.
wet myself, and it was a big stain on the cotton. It was all on the floor, and I just laid there in my own urine with the covers over top of me.
And what
so
did they say?
Terrified. They didn't say anything because he just ran through. Nothing happened. The girls ran around, then the lights came on, but I lay there.
And what did they say when they seen the urine?
They didn't see it because it was still dim. He just let them know that he was joking. So everybody got in the back in the bed, laughed it off, but not me. And then the whole night, what I did was I took my covers, my sheets off, and I took my sheets and I wiped my floor, and then put the other sheet, because it was like 2 sheets and like a blanket. And
it's all going home with you, ain't it?
Yeah, it was mine.
Yours. Right.
And I just dried it off like that, but I made sure I laid on top of it so the stain could dry up.
If B had known about that, like I would have sued. That's pain and suffering. Now, and honestly, you needed to go to therapy for that.
But mind you,
no, you need. See, I found like every time I learn something new, every day.
Don't put my business on here.
I'm not, but you need that. That wasn't no joke. Like, and you're relating this story back to me as if this type of stuff is commonplace. As if that's normal for a gal to go through at 9 years old. Like, all girls are living out here pissing themselves because you guys all but just ruined my camp experience. No. That's what I'm talking about with B. Every time I think about her, I got a shit.
Don't say that about that woman.
Anybody live in Delaware? I'm talking about Beatrice, Catherine Woodard.
But this is where the story goes. So I'm going to sleep when I wake up in the morning.
That's how I feel.
And when I wake up in the morning, the cot is dry. It looks like nothing ever happened. So I was thinking,
thanks be unto God.
I'm packing up my pissy stuff, put it in my little suitcase, and I had to go to the bathroom.
What's going? You got urinary tract infection? I'm not using the bathroom again until I'm home.
No, I had to go, but I told my friend to walk me. So when we walking now, she's telling me, she was like, I went to the bathroom. She started telling me the same story. She was like, why I thought somebody was in the bathroom next to me in the stall. I heard them come in. I heard her shut the door. I heard the toilet. She was basically repeating the same thing I said. I never once told her nothing. I just wanted to go home. I didn't even want to start talking about it while we going to the bathroom. And we get to the bathroom. We use the bathroom, right? So we come out the bathroom, and I swear, you know how people write on the mirror?
Yeah.
And we seen like a little handprint, and it said hi. I darted.
Put that on
I didn't
your
even
life.
put it on my life, and I washed my fucking hands.
Oh my God.
And I'm out. And we out.
Oh baby,
and when I got home, and
you washed your hands. You was on something.
I bet to say I didn't wash my hands.
Oh, I was going to say, because that's coonery.
And I,
I mean that in every sense of the racist
I couldn't wait to
word.
get on that bus. I was eating breakfast the whole time. I didn't pee no more.
I don't give a fuck about no clean palms. It's already a palm bearing back at me from the stainless mirror.
Leave me some comments back. Let me know what you think about that.
I hope they let you know that they think, like I think, that you need to get to the nearest therapist because you need to relay this story. Like, this is something you need to process through.
No.
That wasn't a harmless prank. It would have been a harmless prank if you had been scared like the other girls. For them, it was a harmless prank, but you wet yourself. Okay,
because I had already,
traumatized you.
What was downstairs? What was in the bathroom?
That's the thing about playing around. Somebody once told me that. My principal once told me that you never know how somebody date. When I remember it was a boy in my school. We always played back and forth, like arguing, like being petty, throwing little jabs at each other. And one day I was doing that shit, he just burst out in tears and was ready to fight me. Little did I know his mom had died that morning.
Why was he even in school?
That's what I'm saying. And I
Why
said
was
that
he
to the
even in
principal. What is he
school?
doing here? You down here coming at me? Who comes to school?
He should have
My
been
mom
home.
and
Well,
dad, I'm
they
not
should
here
have
for
told him
weeks.
to go home.
For weeks, I'm not
The
here. I'm
principal
on
should have told
bereavement.
somebody to come get him. He's
I'm
sad.
on bereavement. They
So
did.
he was going to tear you up.
He was.
He was going to tear you
I
up.
know he was.
He was going to tear you up.
Because I know if it had been me, he about to get it. So he had that work ready for
Yes,
me. He had that work
that's
ready.
why he was ready to
He wasn't
fight.
just going to tear me up. Don't get crazy. I don't know what you're going through about your problems. But you think it'd be a sad day in hell, you just beat my ass.
Okay, come on. We getting off subject. So, that was my one camp story.
I never experienced anything like that in my life.
This my baby. So, this story right here is another
It's your story. I'm
situation.
supposed to be telling my story next.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, madam. I will not yield to the lady. Now, I remember my grandma had a tendency of taking me down my aunt's at her house. And I mean, it was like every weekend, that's where she'd go. We'd sit and talk for hours on there. Sometimes she'd cook, we'd eat there. And
Oh,
her husband had died. He had just died
Sitter.
recently. This was like a few, maybe.
It was not recently.
It had been recently. It had been, oh, no, I'm not saying the experience was recently.
well,
I'm
how
saying
old
that
was
this
you?
experience happened when I was like 12, 13.
And he died when you was how old?
I think it was like 12, 13. Because it wasn't years afterwards. It was like some months after, because that's when she started the routine. Because when Uncle Theodore was alive, we didn't really go down there all the time.
No, because you was right in Simon's Garden. You went to Simon's Garden.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about when she lived down, when she
We
lived
really
down,
telling these people. Oh my God.
I'm
So I
talking
know
about
what
when
you're
she
talking about,
lived-
Marydale.
yeah,
Okay.
when she had moved into like that retirement home.
Okay.
And he was there. He lived there with her for some time before he passed.
Okay.
And so we wouldn't really go down there often. I remember going down there maybe once, twice in his living.
Okay.
And then he passed, and we started going down there more frequently. And I remember I would feel like I had other stuff to do, because you know, like Curry and Henry and them, we ripped to run the street through Ashley, and I wanted to be home. She told me, "Come on, get in the car. We're going down and see Sitter." So we go down there this one time, and I'm like, okay. I think she was making a dinner, and we came down there and we ate.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to use the bathroom. So everybody in the kitchen, you know how it was set up. It was just like the living room, and then it was a hallway, and their one bedroom was right connected to the hallway, and if you kept forward, you get to the bathroom, and the kitchen was right connected to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I come through the kitchen, everybody's sitting there, the table is up against the wall in a way that the wall that blocks the living room, they're right pushed up against that, so you can't see me anymore once I'm out the kitchen.
Right.
And I get down the hall a little ways, and you know the bedroom was right there, it was smack dab, and you couldn't get really that far out the living room before you hit the bedroom.
Right.
I hit the bedroom, and I happened to glance right. You know, the door's open, so you glance.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to look in, and sitting on the bed is her husband. I mean, he was just sitting there playing his day, like his head was, he was looking down, like at his hands.
Now he'd already died, huh?
Yeah, this was like a few months after.
Wow.
And he was just sitting there looking down at his hands, and you know how you double take, I double took, and I kept it pushing. I did not stand there at the door to let him see that I had seen him, because in my head immediately, when I seen him and I double took and I knew who it was, immediately the thought went through my head, pretend you saw nothing. And that's what I did. I pretended I saw nothing.
Right.
And I went all the way to the bathroom. I got to the bathroom, and I think that was the first time I ever sat down to pee. Because I needed to face that door. I sat right down to pee, and I faced that door, and when I was done, I opened the door wide, and I told Talia to come to me. From into the kitchen. Okay, so Talia comes around, and I met her halfway.
Talia went with you?
Yeah, till we was all down there for dinner. That's when we lived with her.
Well.
And we went smack. Then she came around that kitchen door, came to the middle, got me, and she was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Nothing. I just was," and I made up some petty stuff, like, because I still didn't want you to know, or even over here, because intelligent.
But you know, I saw you.
It'd be intelligent.
Because next thing you know, you would walk by and say, "Walter, don't call me."
Because you got a different thing. Like, it's different things. You got to realize some ghost is it's an intelligent haunt, and they know they did. They know that they a ghost now. I'm a ghost. I'm here. Yeah, so I don't need you knowing that I had the ability to see you. Next thing you know, you asking me for help that I can't get you.
Right.
I be damn if I make myself look loony. Every time I see, I heard.
I heard dead people. I seen dead people. Can you can help me, can't you?
No, I can't help you.
I can't.
I can help you for the money.
I mean, like, I want to ask our listeners: would you, if a ghost came and asked you to help them, would you ask? Would you ask for money? Like, would you tell the ghost, like, yeah, I can help you if you give me the lottery ticket?
They got the ability, and I've heard stories where spirits have the abilities to do these things. It's not
Or-
like I'm pulling this out of thin air. I've heard stories where people, ghosts come back, get their kids the lottery numbers. That means you could do these things.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, another spirit, you just be like, yeah, I can do it, but I don't want to look crazy,
They
so
have
you
the-
got to help me. You got to give me something to help me.
Spirits have an ability called apportation. It's the
Help
thing that
me
allows your cigarettes
help
to,
you.
like, say you put your lighter down, and your lighter go missing, and then you find it, you know, maybe an hour later or sometimes days later, but it be in the same place you just
So
looked.
what you want them to give you the lottery ticket?
I don't know what you're gonna give me, but I'm telling you, you got that ability. That's called apportation. So even if you don't come to me in my dream with the numbers,
Give me the lottery
what's the
ticket.
money that we gonna work out? Because I know
And let it already be scratched.
Nothing free in life or death, brother.
You want it to already be scratched, huh?
Yup. That's a good idea. A scratch off,
Yeah. But who's doing
and
that?
I mean scratch it for me with your divine knowledge.
And you wake up and it's 1,000.
I tell your family anything you want me to tell them.
And no, and then
I sit
they
there
start
for-
getting belligerent, like on that scary movie. What is it called? Stir of Echoes.
And they start getting belligerent.
Yeah, because
From the first day that you get belligerent, I'm gonna have to explain to you that it'll be, you know, the God of gods who'll compel you. So, you know, it's, you
I
know
thought
what
I
I'm
heard
saying.
Yaki. I thought I heard him.
What time it is, Walter?
I did hear Yaki. I did hear him. Hey, Yaki, Walter said he don't feel like walking.
You know, I do not feel like going. My feet hurt now. I have blisters on the bottom of my feet.
So y'all gonna wait till the morning?
Well, listen, you wait till the morning. Here, you want some? You want a cigarette?
Yeah, let me get one.
You don't want a cigarette.
You getting two. And you see I
Can I
got no
have
clothes on. Oh, he just walked one down. No, I don't
He
got
sure
no
should.
clothes.
He sure should. He sure should.
Come on, you just the person I want to talk to
About what?
about your scary story. Cause right now I'm on my pod. Come on, Yaki, don't do that to me.
That type of time.
Come on, just tell it right quick.
Discuss that.
I know, but just tell one. Just tell one. Cause see, right now it's recording. You on my show.
So how y'all do
I
this
feel like you
board?
just cut me right on up, but I do apologize, guys. That was the end of the story.
Yes, but now I want to get into my brother's
Yeah, because
story.
it came on down,
It
and I've
came
been
on
trying
How
for.
did y'all get?
From my
y'all- you
peoples.
want to go get the money.
No, for my people's came. Now can you come on? So tell the one story. of the Jersey Devil.
I don't even want to go out at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Tell that
Tell what?
the Jersey Devil story. Whatever happened. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You gotta give me 2 cigarettes. Oh yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I don't like to go through this.
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
tell you one time and one time more.
Okay, brother, that's all they need.
Now this my brother telling his personal story.
When I was about a good 8.5 years old. Me and my best friend. I went. Cause my mom used to let me run the streets, really, go out, play, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over my friend's house.
Right.
So when I get over my friend's house, his mom said, take your brother. We said, no. Because me and her hanging out.
Right.
We don't want to take him with us.
Right.
You know what I
Take
mean?
a
We do
child.
not want to take him. She said, no, you're going to take him and arguing, fucking with him. So he said, all right, fuck it. He took his brother. His brother hyper. Very hyper, you know. And so we took him with us. So he came back to where I live.
Right.
So the park that we used to play at was across on Lower Highway Street. So we went to the park. Everything was all right. I think we went to a couple places first. And then we went to the park. On the swing, playing on the swings and shit.
Right.
You know, talking. I don't know what he was talking about, but playing on the swings and shit. So his oldest brother that was with me,
Yeah.
when we get to the curve, he beat the car. He just shot across the street. And he across the street said, yeah, I beat the car, you know, because we used to do
And
that.
that's his
Yeah.
older brother who
That
did
was
it.
his older
So he
brother.
let go of his hand first.
So
Uh,
I'm standing there with his younger brother, and he just let my hand go. He said, I'm going to follow my brother. And when he took off the car, hit it, boom,
Oh.
the brains just
Mm.
And then I went to my mother. My mom didn't give me no support. It was me and him crying our tears out. Had to go back to his mom's house to tell her son is dead. She snapped on me, called me all kind of names, whatever.
Now, what'd she say to her son?
Oh, she snapped on him real bad.
I know she
Started
did.
beating him down and everything. But it was her fault. We told her no.
Wow.
Not funny.
It's
but
not
I'm so mad
funny.
he said
You don't
it like
tell
that.
her no. That's his mother. How old was
I
this
mean,
boy?
but she should have known her own child. She should have known her child's limits. Like I would know
We was
to tell
young.
McCall.
Thinking we was young running the streets. Camden big as hell. Them big ass highway streets. You got to run all the way across. We used to shoot through them. And he was not old enough to be with us.
How old was he?
Like maybe 6.
And y'all was 8?
I was about 8.
Okay, so
Yeah,
go
about
ahead.
maybe 6 or 5.
See, that's like something. Go ahead.
And then the bitch started riding my back. But it only happened one time.
What are you doing all that on my show?
And then when the bitch was on my back, I couldn't move. My body was stuck. With the chair sitting over the corner, and I see the devil, I see red horns. Like, you know, I come back like that. With the whole thing, my nose bloody.
They don't know what you talking about.
My nose was bloody when I woke up.
Your nose was bloody?
Rather
Yeah.
than to my mom, she said it's gonna be all right. Sent me back to the room.
What?
What's happening? I would have said it's not gonna be all right.
And that's when I went to bed.
Oh no! Excuse me. Listen. What's going on?
I believe the devil was real.
The new. Why I keep saying that?
I don't know why you
So
keep
you
trying
saying it was the New Jersey?
The Jersey Devil.
Why I keep saying New Jersey?
Yeah,
So
you
it was
don't-
the Jersey Devil, because you was from Jersey, wasn't you? But they said that wasn't where the Jersey Devil's from.
It's. I think it's all over Jersey, ain't it? You wouldn't call it the Jersey Devil if it wasn't. If it was just
I didn't think it started in
the
Jersey.
Hackensack Devil
It
or
started
like
from the
the
Indian.
Atlantic Civil.
It said it started from that Indian.
I believe that was the story. I don't really
But
know.
I
all
don't
that.
know, because I heard stories of them things coming back with them horns and
Yeah.
red eyes. That's probably the devil.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the devil would come to him.
Or
He
instead of
didn't
the
do-
mother.
He didn't do anything but run across the street because he was a child.
Yeah, you don't put children in charge of
I don't
children.
even let my daughter, she's 8 years old, I don't even let her run the street most of the time.
No,
Going places.
not alone.
Not by
Well,
herself.
like that, I let his hand go. I don't know.
But even if you did, you a child. Y'all race this is what y'all do on a regular when he not with y'all. Y'all
Okay,
beat
so
the cars
y'all
across the
expected him to be
highway.
able to keep up if you're sending me with him.
But then for him to snatch out of your arms, out of your hand, and just dart, how is that your fault? He snatched. Kids do that.
Yeah,
That's why I don't let Zion go nowhere, because he snatches away from people. I don't like that. Don't snatch out of my hand when I'm holding your hand. And he snatched out of your hand and got hit by a car and killed. Look
But
at that.
why be having all crazy dreams now? I be having all crazy shit. I don't dream about this, dream about that.
What dream?
Like robbing motherfuckers, fucking with guns.
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm serious.
Let's go. This is gold.
Like, I'm scared of horror shit.
Uh,
I don't do no horror shit. I don't like the scary movies.
I love him.
I love scary movies.
I love him.
I love
And
I don't
to
like
the listeners,
haunted.
I love those things because sadly, unlike what most parental units would do, at 7 years old, I was introduced to, the full version of The Exorcist. Okay, so I'm talking the whole stabbing herself in the vagina with the
devil?
cross, screaming, lick me, lick me. I mean, the
Yeah.
whole kit and caboodle.
I never seen the devil, and I'm glad.
And it was
I
a lot
see,
for
but
my
I seen the
young
shadow man.
7-year-old eyes to view, but
I seen the shadow
after
man, but
that,
I never seen the devil.
I
And remember
loved
the witch
horror
used to ride my
movies.
back? Oh, let me tell this story. I remember one time, and this ain't really a scary story. This is because I didn't know if it was lucid.
What time it is?
Luciding.
It's 108.
Luciding. I didn't know I was luciding.
Mm. I believe you told this story.
No, but no, he was there. He had to wake me up.
Okay. Okay? So are you sure that when you think back on it, that it felt like it could have been the same thing, and you just overreacted and triggered it?
It was really strong because I was. This is when I had left my Marines. I was older, but then
Right.
it hadn't happened in a while, and it started happening. I was laying in the room. I was laying on the floor, matter of fact, in the living room, and I was asleep, and he and then it was back there in their room sleep.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't asleep. They was playing cards because I could hear everything. I was up. And I was up and I was laying there and I was like, I was asleep, but I could still hear.
Right.
So I knew I was up and I was probably in that lucid state.
You were in a very highly lucid state.
And I was just like, wow. And I couldn't move. I couldn't do nothing. And all I could do was say help, but it was really, really low. And I could hear him. He said, turn the TV down. He's sitting there.
Your ears was good.
And he was
them
like,
whimpers had to have been strong.
She in there. That shit happening to her again. And then they was just listening. I'm steady saying help. And they just listening.
They said no. Fuck out of here. They didn't want to see nothing. I understand it.
And he said,
I understand it.
And I said, no.
No.
Get her. So
they wanted to help you so bad, but
he takes sweet ass time to get up. I'm steady struggling to move, and I'm just help. And then he just finally come in there, take it, not yelling from the door, never coming over there to move me.
No, you wake up.
Just get up, and finally it just let me go, and I just jump up like, thank you.
Let me tell you how comfortable.
And then in his house, in the same house, we used to hear this music box. And I remember one day, he would tell me this story, how he would hear it, but I never heard it, so I was just like, okay.
Right.
And I don't want to hear it. So, but one day, I think his brother had passed, so they had left.
Right.
And they had went to, you had went to Camden. Y'all had went to Asbury Park. You had went to Jersey and left me. And I was in there watching TV. And I'm just sitting there for a minute, watching TV. I turn the TV down because I know I'm hearing something. So I turn it down and I hear this music box. Because it's like, you know I don't like that tune.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what is that? And I'm sitting there and I turn the TV completely off. And mind you, it can't be coming from nowhere because next door was an abandoned house.
Right.
So nobody lived in that house. Now you know how the walls could be thin, and if somebody lived there, then maybe you could hear that.
Yeah.
But it was an abandoned house. So and then because her house sat like in between, it was like right here.
I know how.
Corner, and two houses, but the two houses was abandoned. It's no way in hell that I would have heard that, and as loud as clear as I was hearing it.
Right. And there was no children's toys.
And I'm just listening
in the house
for a minute. No, man. He'd already told me the story of the music box.
Right.
And then since I never heard it, I was just like, oh, okay.
Right.
But this time nobody was there, and I was hearing it.
Oh my God.
And nobody was there but me. Man, and it was overnight. I was so scared, man. Have mercy on my soul. My mom wouldn't come pick me up. I don't know why she didn't come pick me up. It was late. That's probably why she didn't come pick me up, because I had called her.
But we got back that same night.
No, y'all didn't. Y'all came back the next morning. That's
horrifying.
And I had to stay in there all night by myself.
You could have walked. That was close to.
I got out of that room.
That was
so
close
quick
to Mom's house. I would have locked y'all front door and went home.
I sat up all night.
Oh,
outside
poor dear.
out in that living room. I got out of that room, shut the door, and sat my ass on that
These
couch.
feet
So
were.
John there with you?
No, nobody was there. I don't know where John was at.
These feet were made for walking.
He was not there that
That's
night.
just what they would have done. I would have been out of there.
He was not there that night.
Y'all lived right on Bennett at this time.
No, we lived in the bucket.
We lived in the bucket.
Oh, that's where that was at.
He threw the shoes on the
Yeah,
roof.
okay. So then that is in the. But I'd have took hop, skip, jumped myself on over to Uncle Pete's house.
No, it was late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And
Then
I
I'm gonna
wasn't
head
going
on
to
down
Uncle
past Uncle Pete, and I'm gonna have to keep on walking.
And let me ask you something.
Rosegate ain't too far.
Let me ask you something. What do you think? What do you think Francis' body is floating right now? I mean, just like you think he's still stepping in drone?
Probably because he ain't buried yet.
If you ain't hit that ground, I don't think you consecrated. His soul just traveling.
He ain't even buried yet. I know he's...
For real, this is the perfect time. He better hop, skip, and jump and kit and caboodle on top of some, like, I'm gonna step in. you
so
people.
Think people can step
I
in?
think you can. I think you can. I think
she said
you know how to get down.
She said she don't think it was no mic. She said her ashtray knocked down.
Her ashtray got knocked over.
Yeah, her ashtray.
They make themselves known doing little stuff like that.
Maybe he's saying stop smoking.
What you think about
Mike?
Yeah, what do you think about Mike?
Do I think Mike a ghost in that wheelchair?
Oh my God, Jesus!
Sitting where? In that house? I would dare. You know what? When people die, I go right in their house and I can feel stuff. Like when people die, if I don't feel comfortable in that house, I don't go. Like when my friend when Michelle's mom died, I went in that house and it was just like, I feel uneasy.
Okay, I want you to tell me where you felt uneasy at, and don't say it yet because I want to see do we feel like it was the same place, and you have to say the specific place, okay? And we're gonna say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I couldn't get it out fast enough. Damn you! That's exactly where it was at, though. I swear to God, that's where that spirit was at. That haunting was there because every time I never went in there again. Just that whole hallway, honestly, for me. From her room straight to the bathroom.
Not downstairs.
No, but as soon as I hit the top of the stairs, it was like a clamp of energy.
Right, and in the bathroom.
Yup, that's where it was. But you know what that could have been? That could have been Spoon's emotions.
Because you don't know where your spirit leads you right away.
Now, yeah, and then you probably go back to what's most comfortable in
you
your
can
life.
Ground yourself.
Like she died in the hospital, but she went home. People can do that.
Yep.
People can do
but
that.
I don't think that's the right choice to make. You walk around that hospital and you wait till a newborn baby passes and then you step in. Okay? Y'all don't know how to be reincarnated. Y'all don't want it.
I think Mike stayed in the hospital.
I ain't lived my life right enough to be judged yet. I need to step in.
He always in the hospital. He should have stayed there and hopped in a body. But you don't.
People probably super comfortable when you die,
though.
though.
You don't know if he did. You don't know if he did stay in the hospital.
I wouldn't. That's depressing. That place is packed. What would you?
If I
I'm not trying to be in the hospital.
If I died in the hospital and I was able to get up out of my body and walk around
freely,
yes, I'm going to the maternity ward.
Yeah.
I'm going to step into
the NICU,
baby.
and I will wait.
There to somebody having a baby. Let's just hope you're in the right hospital because if you ain't in Christiana, then you're not going.
And first off, I'm gonna look around.
I need to do St. Francis, but I don't want to go there. I want to be where it's free.
Yeah.
No, because St. Francis is more preservative. Like
for real, drop me off at AI because that's the hospital to be. That's when your parents love you. Okay.
I'm not stepping into none of them. They don't have babies there. I'm talking.
In the NICU, yes, they do.
I don't want any of those people. I want a fresh baby. I
want You sounded like a goddamn. No, that was dark. Okay, because it took it from.
So you want to come and be a rich baby?
Yeah, I want
that for real. That's what you're supposed to. That's what I'm saying. Look out for that. And I'm gonna wait patiently for like a parent.
I'm gonna look at the parents.
Yeah, I need to see.
And I need to see the grandparents there.
Everybody need to be there. I need to see a family unit that's strong and full of love. I need to feel it in the atmosphere. And then I step in. Huh? That was the miracle because your baby's gone. That soul didn't make it. But I'm here and I can.
How you do that?
Just step in, I believe. You got probably one, and I don't know the logistics. I can't remember.
The baby can't be already.
I believe it got to be like stillborn. It probably has to be stillborn.
Oh, you talking about going to stillborn baby? That's what you got.
Yeah, that body. That's the soul. Otherwise, you mashing 2 souls in one body, and I don't know what that makes. That's dark. You gotta wait till the soul.
So what? So
that baby's blue.
So you want me to go to AI? That's why you said AI. Where the sick
it has
kid
to be a baby that has passed away. It's like if you were to step inside of another. You can step inside of an adult that died.
You don't know what kind of sickness that baby had. How about you get into that soul?
That's why I'm saying it has. Look, I don't know about all that. All I know is
Like if you want a sick baby that was in the NICU.
no. I said I'm there at the birth. I'm watching. Okay, the baby don't make it. The baby is,
But
you know how they have them over on the side and they be blue?
But where you gonna go? How you know what baby is not gonna make it is what I'm saying.
Okay, then you're a ghost. You're walking around the hospital. You have more intel. You have more intel than half the doctors in the joint.
Because you go to any hospital. You can't just be limited to one.
No, I'm going. I know what hospital I want. I want a hospital where people show me like people. That's your baby loved. You go to Wilmington Hospital. Your child ain't nobody with some financial security. No. Ain't nobody at Wilmington Hospital got no financial security. You're not gonna find the mom, the dad, the dad's parents, the mom's parents out at Wilmington Hospital. You got to go somewhere where it's some cash, and that's over at Alfred I. DuPont. Okay, see them families that pile in there.
You ever dream about Miss B?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I'm sorry, listeners, but that got me really upset. I didn't mean to be so fiery, but they don't want to step in. They wish to die and immediately be judged.
She had dreams about me.
And they don't even know if they lived their life right enough to get into the glorious afterlife. For all they know, they going to the dark place, and you're just so ready to die.
I bet you in her mind she wonder how you're doing and how these kids doing. I know.
So, it's been a crazy episode. I don't even know what this is going to be called.
It's going to be called Ranting and Raving Part 2.
Is it?
I don't know what that was.
This was a Rant and Rave Part 2, I'm assuming. So I guess that's what this episode will be called. And thank you guys for once again tuning in and listening.
Thank you.
And I'm honestly hoping that, much like, what is it, Maria?
You always gotta say
Maria Porter was able to find Tiki's page and leave a message, that the rest of you will be so inclined to do that also.
Tiki Woodard.
Oh, if you give that name just one more time, okay? You keep saying it. It's Tiki Woodard on Facebook at facebook.com. Messenger. Leave a message. Give a story. Tell a tale.
And I'll read it. Even if I have to read it on here.
Read it back on the next
episode.
episode.
Fill up my messenger with all sorts of stories. Really don't care because I love it.
Fill her up.
Post it. And
all right.
I'll post it on here and I'll read it on here. Even if you don't want to leave a message, then that's what I'll do.
All right. This is Walter.
And Tiki.
Oh,
my name is T-I-K-I-E. Spell it correctly. Know it when you spell it. Spell it when you know it.
This is Walter.
And Tiki.
For real ghost stories by real people. Have a nice night.